Hey, this is KT Samuel. It's a beautiful rainy morning. I'm not feeling too well. I have a cold, but it's important that I put out this video as well. So please stay tuned and let's discuss something. Main purpose of this video I'm making is to answer a couple of questions a Nigerian brother sent or commented under one of my videos, and I want to give him the answers. I think that a lot of people may be educated by the answers that I give, because I realize these questions are very important. There are questions that a lot of people ask. So the question was asked by Ayola Damilari. I hope I got your name right, Ayola Damilari. I know I promised to respond to your questions as soon as possible, but there was a bit delay. Please do forgive me. So the first question is, can we also treat the soil with boiling water? Okay, so you see this these are the things I say, and people have issues with me. You see, boiling water. Now let's switch to science a little bit. Look, if you have a pot of boiling water, right, and then you toss it up, by the time it drops onto the floor, science will tell you that the temperature would have reduced from a certain level to a certain level. That is fact. It's not me lying. Now, also, you have soil, about 10 inches of soil. And this 10 inches of soil, you're about to sprinkle warm water on top of it. You do realize that even in science, by the time the water that touched the surface in the beginning gets to the bottom, it would have lost a lot of temperature. So the organisms or things that you want to destroy at the bottom of the soil might not get entirely destroyed, because the water will lose some amount of heat, and some organisms also need consistent heat over a period. So you tossing boiling water on top of the soil is not going to resolve it. I have been to farms that have done this method, and when I went to the farms, I saw a whole colony of ants in their soil. And when I asked them how they did it, it's the same thing you're asking me, by just tossing boiling water on top of the soil. It does not work that way. I think it's very simple. Heat up the soil over a period, and as you're doing it, you touch the soil. You yourself, you know it's so hot, and you can easily tell that no living organism can survive in this heat, or not even eggs will survive in this heat. So it's not a problem. Please, I would not subscribe to boiling water and sprinkling it over the soil. I would not subscribe to it. Okay, so the second question is, does the AA snails have a high mortality in Nigeria? So, well, so the misconception is that AA snails cannot survive in Nigeria, and it is often linked to the weather. Now, I want to say this again, there's a little bit of science here. God put these three dominant snails in a certain part of the world for a reason. That is what we need to first understand. Nature put the snails in a particular space for a reason. Now, what kind of environment did God put, or nature put these snails into? It put them in tropical areas, because that is where they thrive. So the whole idea is that thing you're being told, that the AA snails cannot survive in Nigeria, is false. If you want to successfully farm the AA snails, of course you need to consider the environment that they thrive in. So I always advise people that there's another misconception with, oh, you can farm snails anywhere. We all at a point used to say that, until you evolve and you realize that it is actually not factual. You can farm snails anywhere, but then you need to put the environment in place. So then it's not, I mean, it's neither here nor there. So you need to imitate the environment that they thrive in. That is not to say that you need to put them in a greenhouse, but I'm trying to say that you need to put them or farm them in a place where atmospheric humidity is high. It rains a lot in these places. So like the mountainous part of Nigeria, I do not know the mountainous part of Nigeria where it rains a lot, but in Ghana I know parts of like places like Ebiri and Yunim, parts of Ashanti region where we have the forest zones. You realize that those places, when you put snails there, they thrive very well because of the weather. So the solution to that problem is farm the snails in the right location. That is what I would say. But if you farm them in places that are very hot, you're gonna have challenges. Of course, you're gonna have challenges. The third question is that it says the AA eggs have a high mortality. Again, that's untrue. Really, if you read research documents, I don't want to say from my farm, but if you read research documents, you see that the AA has a hatchability rate sitting around, let's say, minimum of 90% to about 98%. They should be hatching well. So usually, if you have issues with hatching, one, it could be how you are handling the eggs. Two, it could be the soil that you're even having the eggs in. If it's not conducive for the eggs, they're not gonna hatch. Three, some people, I realize that when they're doing irrigation, some people use the long hose that come with a strong pressure. So the pressure hits the eggs and damages them. There's so many issues that people are going through in snail farming. And when it comes to the eggs, there are a lot of things we need to understand and learn as time goes on. I have people that I am mentoring, and they tell me there are issues with the eggs hatching, and over a period they evolve. After our conversation, they evolve, and now they know how to handle the eggs. So it's about how you handle them, where you put them, even the weather, even how humid or how wet the soil is, all can affect the survival of the eggs. The last question, he says that does the AA snails grow as big as the AMs? Or he's trying to find out that can the AA grow as big as the AMs? Chief, so the three dominant snails, that we classify as the giant African land snails. It is not just one snail that is classified as the GALS. It's these three snails. So that should tell you all of them can grow to be giants. I have a video. I'll just quickly put in this. I'll add it to this clip so you see how big some of them can grow. And even in this video that I'm showing you, or this picture that I'm showing you, it's not the biggest I've seen. I am somebody who goes to the gym once in a while. So even with how big my shoulder is, I've seen an AA snail that is as big as my shoulder. That's how big they can also get. So yes, the AA snails can grow very big. Now, I hope I've answered your questions. Ayola Damilari, thank you for asking me these questions, and I hope I have answered them to your satisfaction. I do appreciate all of you who watch my YouTube videos, those who send me messages encouraging me. Thank you. Bye.